Yeah, dude, like, this fight would be a war, man. Like, these fights are two cowabunga guys, dude. I feel like they're gonna throw down, bro. Competitive fight, mad radical, bro. Bro, shut up, nigga. Shut up. Shut up, bro. Shut up. Today, like, I really want to address, like, some of these anticipated fights. Some of these fights aren't, like, heavily anticipated, but, like, you can see, like, there's been little jabs thrown from one opponent to the other or something. Like, you could tell that there's a little bit of animosity there, and they would love to fight if presented the opportunity. And some of these fights are, like, straight up anticipated. Everyone's just talking about it. So, I want to talk about anticipated fights that would be one-sided, despite like all how popular people want this fight to happen, or how eager people are to see these fights. They're gonna be one-sided. So I'm really gonna address like what I think are 5 fights that are like so anticipated, bro, like overly anticipated for a fight that when they actually happens, it would just be a kind of a one-sided beatdown. So let's talk about it. Starting off with obviously what you guys expect me to say is Balah Muhammad versus Sean Strickland, bro. They go back and forth. You see Balah having his stories about like how he feels about Strickland and sparring. You see those videos about like Strickland like recording Balah and walking away, walking the whole other direction when he recorded something. That's some no hairline activity by Strickland. You know how he acts. So you see shit like that. You see that they would be eager to fight. You see that Balah was asked to fight him, but Strickland turned it down. You can see Strickland doesn't want this fight. However, it seems like both guys don't like each other. Like, they both want to punch each other in the face. It's weird how, like, one party kind of wants it more than the other, but I get it. Listen, brother, I get why Balah would want this fight, and Balah would love for Strickland to beat DDP so he could go up and become double champ. Bro, Sean Strickland's fight style versus Balah's would be a walk in the park, bro. Like, I'm telling you, Balah wouldn't break a sweat. Balah wouldn't shower after the fight. Because let me tell you something about this. Sean Strickland's fight style. He's been against someone who could strike and wrestle in Kamaru Usman way back then. I don't know if you guys seen that fight, but it was actually so bad that Kamaru Usman was spanking him. Mid-fight, he started spanking him. It was bad. It was a bad beatdown, bro. I almost feel bad for Strickland for getting beat down that bad. But what was it because of? It was because, like, unlike most Strickland opponents, Usman was coming forward and he was mixing in wrestling. That's the worst. Like, if you're coming forward, that's already a problem. If you can mix in wrestling, that's a bigger problem. That's why DDP ended up beating him, because he was coming forward with those stupid blitzes and mixing in wrestling. It was closer because DDP is not as, like, technically sound as, like, a Usman or, like, a Balah, I'd say, honestly. So, Balah versus Strickland, that'd be Strickland's worst nightmare. Strickland could beat people if they're backing up. Oh, like, if Leon Edwards were to come up and wait, and, like, he probably would be moving backwards too much against Strickland, so he piece him apart. You know, we've seen Izzy moving backwards, he beat him there. We've seen him Mavov kind of moving backwards. If you move backwards against Strickland, you're gonna lose the fight 100%. Now, if you're just down to have a brawl with him, like Tom Breeze, who people thought beat Sean Strickland, you make it competitive. Jack Hermanson was like very close fight. People thought it was competitive. Jared Cannonier beat him because he's coming forward. You got to really stand and fight your ground. No one's going to do that better than Balah. You're never going to see Balah backing up in the fight, running away, bro. He's going to come down. He's going to put his head down. He's going to butcher you, dude. He's going to beat you up, take you down. And the wrestling part, too, is going to be a heavy thing. So this is why Strickland would get at, like, this would be the most one-sided fight in UFC history. Like, I'm telling you, I don't even know if Strickland's going to land a strike on him. Because Strickland wants to keep him away, and then try to gaslight the crowd in the last 10 seconds. Yeah, dude, I wanted to fight the whole time, man. I'm really cowabunga. Dude, shut up, nigga. You weren't trying to fight the whole time. And Balah wouldn't give him the appropriate space for him to, like, let go of his strikes, and he's going to mix it right. It'll be a one-sided beat. I'm telling you right now, this fight will be very one-sided. It might be like a 50-43, bro. Might be a 50-43. I just see Balah outworking him over the course of 5 rounds. I don't see much guy getting finished. Maybe. I don't think Strickland's going to give up on himself. So, yeah, I know people want to glaze Strickland's takedown defense. Oh, he gets taken down. He has great take. Like, DDP took him down multiple times. Let's get that straight. No one really shoots takedowns on him. It's kind of stupid. And I know Balah is going to be one of the people who shoots on him. So, it's going to be one of those scenarios where I just feel like Balah goes in there and imposes his will better than Sean Strickland's ready for, and he's going to piece him up easy. So, this is a fight that I see, like, it's sometimes anticipated. I see people talk about it sometimes, but like, if it ever gets booked, it'll be the most one-sided fight for Balah Muhammad. Second on this list, this is actually heavily anticipated, and everyone always talks about it, and it's Alex Pereira versus Tom Amo. Now, like, I get the hype. Oh, man, Alex Pereira, dude. Like, oh, man, he's so cool, man. So radical. I get it, bro. Like, I get, like, everyone loves Pereira, and I love him, too. He's a great fighter. But going up and waiting, fighting Tom Amo, first of all, Tom Amo has said in interviews, like, I'm not these other idiots. I'm going to literally run across the fight, and I'm going to double leg him right in the start of the fight because I'm not going to play with this guy. And even if Amo wants to stand, he has heavy hands, you know, really quick boxing, really quick 1-2s. I look at Pereira with his lack of boxing defense. there's a lot of problems Aspinall would possess to Alex Pereira. But then again, I really just feel like Aspinall will go in there, take him on, and submit him really quickly. I've seen Aspinall do it to other bigger, stronger guys. Sure, he could do it to Alex Pereira, who's going to be going to heavyweight, a heavier weight class, now have to defend takedowns against heavier, stronger people. It just wouldn't be to Alex Pereira. Like, I really don't know why this fight is hyped up so much. Like, I guess it's hyped up because he's the face of the UFC, going up against like a heavyweight who has knockout power, great grappling, all that. So I guess it's just hyped up because everyone they like both fighters. Maybe they like to see both, but there's no way that Pereira would go in this fight and actually have. He might have a moment, maybe he lands a punch, but I don't even know if he has. I don't think Pereira has one punch power. That might be a hot take too. Never seen him hit someone with a punch and put him to sleep. Never. Even Jamal Hill, that was the closest to a one punch power, but he followed up shots that put him like out. If he didn't really go out, but like you get the point. The Sean Strickland fight, he dropped Strickland. Strickland was trying to get up, and the ref stopped it. He was like, "Oh fuck, man," crying like that. He doesn't have one punch power. He's not gonna go up and wait in one punch. So like Tom Amo, who's took a clean punch by Sergey Pavlovich in the first round and kind of ate it, then returned and put him to sleep. So it's like, bro, what even is the hype? I mean, listen, maybe they're hyped about it. Listen, make it happen. I don't care. Like if you guys want to see what I'm talking about, book both of them, see what happens if they fight. I guarantee you at the end of the fight, you'll be like, what the fuck, dude? But I must be a casual, man. Like, how is that fight not so cowabunga, dude? Like, bro, obviously, if Tom Aspinall goes in there, he's going to beat the fuck out of Pereira. No offense to Pereira. Listen, I like heavyweight. That shitty weight class, he will continue to run through it. Maybe he loses an ankle lab, but, like, stay at that weight class. Going up to heavyweight doesn't make sense. I'd rather see him go back down to 185 and fight DDP than go up to heavyweight, just because he has more of a chance of beating DDP at 185 than, like, Aspinall, Almeida, like, a lot of these guys at heavyweight. So, you know, if I'm Pereira, I just won't take the jump. But listen, if you want to do it, brother, go for it, brother. I'm not stopping you, but good luck. Third fight that is heavily anticipated to this day, I hear every day I go live, is Islam Makhachev versus Ilir Topuria. And I get it, bro. Ilir Topuria has great hands. He's great at everything. But I think Islam beats him pretty comfortably. And listen, I don't think Islam's gonna like destroy him, but I do think it's gonna be one-sided to the point that if it goes the distance, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 5 rounds to 0. Or like if it ends in a finish, I'm not gonna be surprised if it's Islam choking him out. Like I've seen Ilir get taken down and controlled by someone like Bryce Mitchell. I know it could happen with someone like Islam who's bigger, stronger than Bryce Mitchell, with better grappling, honestly. So, and then in the striking round, people like to glaze Ilir striking. And I agree. I'm one of the people who say he's the best boxer in the UFC right now. Him and Peter Yan, they're both tied. But this is the thing about like being such a great boxer. Someone like Islam who plays it kind of safe, not really safe, but like he does a good job evading shots. Like we've seen Islam versus Volk, and we've seen what Volk did to the best boxer, Max Holloway. He pieced him up. Volk was trying to find that shot against Islam, but Islam would just get out the way and come back and fire back. We've seen Dustin Poirier and Islam go head to head. Like Dustin has really good boxing, but like he was just doing a good job getting out the way, firing back and counterpunching him to an oblivion, to a pope, into a little rat-shaped face. You know, he was beating the shit out of Dustin. These are all good boxers. I know Illy's a good boxer too. I think a better boxer than both, but it's just going to be the problem of landing on Islam. That's a problem in itself. And then once Islam's like piecing up on the feet, you're like, oh shit, we're striking now. Takedown, slammed on the head, grappling. It's just going to be a tough night for Ilya. He's a smaller guy too. Last time he was at 155, he got dropped by a head kick by Jai Herbert. Islam has a good head kick. There's just so many things that I'm looking at in this fight that will present Topuria problems. So I understand the hype behind it. I understand that Topuria is a very confident fighter, so he makes people want to see what he wants to do next. And I respect that. I love that from Ilya. I can't lie. But it's just that if him and Islam actually throw down in the octagon, bro, I just don't see Ilya winning. I think it's going to be a pretty one-sided victory for Islam Makhachev, to a point where like people are going to know at the end of the fight who won if it goes the distance. And if it's a finish, I guarantee it's going to be Islam finishing him, because Islam's so hard to hit, 1. And then 2, he just has a better grappling. He's a slept-on striker. I think he's one of the best strikers in the UFC. But when I say that, people say I'm crazy, bro. I'm not gaslighting you guys. Chat. If I want to gaslight you guys, I would literally say, all right, let me gaslight you, and then I'll gaslight you. But I'm not gaslighting you. There's nothing to gaslight. He can strike with the best people. I've seen it before. He can do it with Ilya too. So don't be surprised if Islam actually destroys him if this fight ever happens in 2025. Fourth fight, I heard this hinted at multiple times, because I feel like Yair Prochazka said he wants to go down to 185 after losing to Alex or something. And people kept saying Izzy versus Yair. Oh, that would be such a banger fight. I'll be real, chat. Yair Prochazka, who is incapable of checking leg kicks, defending strikes, going against someone with really good leg kicks and really good counterpunching, I don't see it. I don't see that Yair Prochazka can pull it through, man. I just don't. And his chin is not horrible, but it's not that his chin's bad. It's just that he puts his chin in compromising positions every single fight, so he gets tagged a lot. So eventually, bro, you're getting hit a lot. You're going to fall. Bad chin or great chin, doesn't matter, bro. Against Israel Adesanya, who I think is a good counterpuncher, And I feel like he has good low kicks. He's going to eat up Yair Prochaz's leg. He'd be limping on it. And once he starts limping on that leg, that's when he does stupid predictable blitzes like he was doing against Pereira in the first fight. Like, once he gets predictable, it's kind of easy to time a counter. So that's why I think Israel Adesanya is going to get him, and I think he's going to put him away. I think he's going to finish him. I don't see this fight going the distance. And if it does, like, I've seen Yair Prochaz's, like, endurance. It's a little bit weird because, like, he's just like, it's like he wants to get hit when he's tired. It's like when he's tired, he's a whole different person defensive. You thought he was bad defensive in the first round. Wait till you see rounds 3, 4, and 5. So it's just easy win for Izzy. Like, I look at that fight, I'm like, what the hell? Like, what even is I saw people talking about this. People don't talk about it as much now because I feel like Yair's like wants to stay at 205 to get his get back, bro. I'm gonna get Pereira one day, dude. I bet they're gonna give Yair a third fucking fight before they can make a lot of first. But that's besides the point. If Izzy and Yair were to fight, I do see Izzy smacking him up, like spanking him in the butt a little bit, like, you know, making him cry a little bit, making him think of retirement. So. And that's currently, too, like, Izzy's just the better fighter between the two, better technically, and the better counterpuncher. It's like a great counterpuncher going against a horrible defensive striker. You name what's going to happen. Let me know what you think. And last but not least, like, I see this talked about in my chat. It's like the JDM versus Usman thing. Like, I get the anticipation behind it. I get that, like, it'll prove a lot of point. I get that JDM had a great victory. A great victory against Gilbert Burns, you know, down 2 rounds due to wrestling. And then got the knee, timed the knee. So here's my thing, bro. Here's my thing about Usman, chat. 1, he doesn't fatigue like Gilbert Burns. Let's get that out the way. 2, he has better striking than Gilbert Burns. He has heavier hands than Gilbert Burns. He knocked out Gilbert Burns when they fought, matter of fact. And, you know, his wrestling's also better than Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns is a good grappler, but as far as wrestling, for like straight up wrestling goes, Usman definitely has an advantage there. So I really feel like if he fought JDM, it'd be very similar to the Gilbert Burns fight, except there'll be more ground and pound moments, more clinch strike moments, more like moments on the feet for Usman. Usman would beat up JDM so bad. Like, it'd be so bad, chat. He would beat his hairline into place, chat. That's how bad. Like, his hairline will pop back into place and be all fixed after Usman's done with him. I'm telling you, if they were to fight, Usman has too much advantages over him. Like, way too much, bro. It's more than just like the grappling advantage. I really feel like Usman's boxing for boxing. I know people grade JDM's boxing, but when Usman gets into like little boxing exchanges with these guys who have high volume, his power overwhelms them most part. I've seen it with Kobe. I've seen it with Gilbert Burns. Seen it with Jorge. Like, it's just this power overwhelms them. He's been in there with good strikers already. You know, JDM is going to be a good striker, a good boxer, but I just feel like overall, JDM doesn't have the necessary weapons to beat Usman. You can't just be a decent striker to beat Usman. You got to have more good defensive wrestling or something else. You can't just be, oh yeah, dude, I can box, by the way, dude. I'm mad radical. You can't do all that. You got to have something more. You got to have more purpose than that. So that's why I feel like if they ever fight, and I think that fight might happen like next. I feel like that fight's like a probable fight. Like, it's probably happening very soon. So when that fight happens, I swear to God, it's going to be a very easy fight for Usman. We're back in the title picture, baby. But that's it for me, bro. Let me know what y'all think. I feel like every single fight I named is going to be one-sided. I know some people are going to call like, yeah, man, I just don't know, man. Like, it's just like, I feel like it's, nah, dog. These are all going to be one-sided fights if they happen. But I'd love to see some of these fights. Some of them are fun. I would like to see Islam versus Taporia, maybe. Maybe Izzy versus Yair is also a fun fight. You know, Jaden versus Usman. Let's see that. But let me know what y'all think down below. That's it for me. And God bless. 2, 3.